Okay, how's everybody doing? So, welcome to the end of summer update, and I just want to show you section 1 and 2 before we get over to section 3, most notably for a lot of those of you that are new subscribers. This is section 1. This is what I call the brewery alley. Okay. You'll be seeing more of this as the winter goes on, as I come and revisit some of these areas. You can see this is the entryway when you come into the room. It's the head of the barge slip, really, where the ferry comes in. Okay, so all the traffic comes in from basically Vancouver Island in this case, in terms of how this marine facility operates. Okay, this section is about 90, I'd say about 95% done. There's some other things that I want to revisit eventually, like some people will know I don't bring it up much. There's a tug that I'm halfway into, but I haven't been working on it lately because I'll be working on that when I come back to this section. But right now my focus is on section 3, which we'll end with, and I'll just explain to you what's going on. This is very, very prototypical. So to Annacis Island marine facility for SRY Rail Link. And then this is very prototypical as well. Like this is the big parking lot. Just adjust this here, where Axton Steel is. So this is also a transload facility as well. It really makes for a lot of rich operations in a small footprint, and it doesn't feel like contrived, like it's based on a prototype. I mean, there is some compression here, but you can see what I mean. So this whole span right here, as most of you know, is 10 feet long. And then I put in the broad curves because I want the prototypical feel. That's more important to me than getting a whole lot of track into one area. As you can see, I'm very much a fan of, less track and more scenery ratio. This section here, section 2, this took me, like section 1 over there was probably a year and a half, I'd say. Yeah, I guess about that. And then this section here that we're looking at now was about a year and a half ago. So 3 years in. So I'm in my 4th year now of production on River Road here. Here's the slum landlord scene, my favorite scene with a bit of controversy here. I have another building here that's more suitable to when I finish Ipex Plastics, but this is the diner that's covered. Like all this build is fully covered on my channel. It's free to everyone. I appreciate your subscriptions if you care to subscribe, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And then let's go over here, and I want to talk to you about basically this section here. This is section 3. You can see where Ipex Plastics is going to go eventually. In here, that's a separate build altogether, a big build actually. That'll all be scratch built, just like everything here is pretty much scratch built. Sorry for the whiteout, but this is the beginning sort of canvas stage of section 3 that I'm basically going to be working on this fall and winter, okay? How's everybody doing? So I just want to give a sort of end of summer update here and just explain to what's going on with the channel and the River Road layout for those of you that are maybe unaware, and for those of you that don't go to the post section on the homepage. Like if you go to the homepage, you see a post, like I do updates there and so on too. But okay, so this is coming to the end of the summer now, and I built, the Juno diorama and then that small St. Lo because I knew that those dioramas would dovetail with what I do on this layout. That's the reason behind it. Now, I know a lot of people are interested in stuff like that, but I don't care, And you can go wherever you want. There's lots of channels on YouTube and content you can watch. So, but for those of you that have been following the channel and have shown loyalty to it and are subscribed to it and so on, I just want to say that I have 2 more short episodes on St. Lo, just on painting by hand, weathering with acrylics, and then just finishing a fascia. And then I'm full on back onto River Road. And this is section 3, for those of you that are wondering. Beyond there, beyond you, is another, wow, it's what, 7 feet, and then 6, like I have another 14 feet for future expansion. But I'll be locked into this for quite some time, for sure all winter, probably into next summer, maybe even the fall, because of the plans I have here. Like back here beyond this ridge line, that's Ipex Plastics is going to be in here, but you'll see it sticking out. Just the part of the industry that's only relevant to the railroad that I need, that's a whole separate project that will be mostly a bench build, because it comes out on a plate, which I'm going to show more of this in detail following this, okay? So yeah, so I'm going to be pretty much immersed in this. And then people have brought up, like, I just want to settle the score on the tug thing. If you win the tug pertains to section 1. So when I rotate back to section 1 to tweak and do other, you know, 5th level details or something, I'll be building that tug when I do a barge, but that's not going to be very soon right now. It's just not on my short list, okay? But it hasn't been abandoned. Model railroads of any size take a lot of work, and they're long term. So, and for those of you that maybe don't know, I chose to build a smaller layout with more detail and story sort of compressed in on an operational level. That's why I'm basically building River Road. That's why it looks the way it does, because I put all my energy into a smaller footprint. That's all that is. If you want to build a larger layout, then you got to expand yourself. But everything I do on this layout pertains to a large layout as well at some level. So that's the beauty of this hobby, is you can build a little diorama or a big sprawling layout or something in between and still be happy and have just as much fun, okay? So just in closing, Activa, hashtag no sponsor, that's Fast Mash. Fast Mash, Sculpt-A-Mold, and Cell Clay, they're all similar in that they're a commercial paper mache, and I basically put a thin layer on the foam, okay? And it's lightweight, you can texture it, it has a long working time, it's just awesome. It's the turf layer, the dirt turf layer over the bedrock foam, and it's awesome for like for those of you that model like modular club like stuff. Foam and Fast Mash or Sculpt-A-Mold is a really awesome technique. Once you get your hands a little dirty and do it, it's really, really awesome. It takes paint well, glue well. And by the way, this whole area, I've only used the top of this yellow bar, like just a little bit below. When you break that up, it just, like it's compacted, it's a brick. It's like, that's not just what you get. It goes a long ways, and you can cover a lot of ground like in half a day with this stuff if you use a spatula and a stipple brush and just go crazy. So, okay. So yeah, so I just want to encourage you, for those of you that haven't subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. And also thank you so much to all my present subscribers who have supported this channel for now 4 years, is it now? And it's long term. So I'm really excited, and I want to thank you for all the gracious comments, all the support and everything else. So happy modeling, and I hope that you have a great day.